All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, we learned how to create a quiz, and it's a completely responsible topic. All right, let's see what's next. How are you doing, Dr. What is this, Drew? Yes, we're going to start learning two things, and we'll understand it step by step. Perfect. We understand what draw essentially is. Drew is a whiteboard for students to draw, especially in science, helping them understand lessons. It means you might have a scientific subject that needs drawing. I provide a whiteboard and say, draw. I ask a question and all students draw. Each adapts to their subject. When I hit it, a whiteboard shows. In science, I might say, draw a cell. The student draws the cell here. This way, the student understands. This tool creates interaction. Instead of just watching, I say, I explain the computer components, draw them. The student draws, and all drawings appear on the whiteboard for the teacher. I mentioned before, each adapts to their subject. When I click, it shows a whiteboard. In science, I might say, draw a cell. The student draws it here, understanding the lesson. This tool creates interaction. Instead of just watching, I say, draw the computer components. The student draws, and all appear on the whiteboard for the teacher. The teacher can click to see a student's drawing, whether detailed or simple. So this whiteboard, this tool creates interaction. Instead of the student just sitting and watching, I say, no, come on, I just explained to you, for example, the components of a computer. Draw me a picture that represents the components of a computer. So the student can sit and draw, and all the drawings appear on the whiteboard, and we present them to the teacher. The teacher pressures the student to see the big, beautiful drawing, or the first one for Kuwait. Click on Add. This is honestly nice too. It creates interaction instead of having the student just sitting there with their hand on their cheek. Of course, you can choose the color of the background of the whiteboard and all that. The important thing here is that I say, got it. Now I start asking my question, for example, draw a simple diagram about components of the computer. Each student contributes in their own way. So what background do you want to put for it? Of course, what about the student? He has the pen and the eraser, and he can erase and control everything. So I'm putting a background for his whiteboard. For example, an egg, or do you want to give him a specific background? You can get a background for him from Google. For example, backgrounds. Okay. I start searching for backgrounds. I can put backgrounds, the picture, and then it starts bringing me backgrounds and stuff. And of course, look, I can tell you I have 2 million backgrounds. So you can freely choose the backgrounds, or I can leave it as a blank whiteboard. And of course, I can put things in it. Do you want to put your question in a video and he demands, or do you want to give him a picture and tell him to do something like it? Or you can add sound for him. And also this time, this is a bit of a hassle, meaning he doesn't just sit and send messages all day. The key is to keep the student engaged, which is great. It can be used in any subject with nice features and tools. I'll show you how it looks. It appears nice and good for the student. I'll show it quickly. I set it up as a whiteboard, but you can use any image or change it. It appears to the student like this. Each student uses these tools to draw. They start drawing, and I can use different colors in my section, okay? Or I can draw like this on the computer. This is the computer, the screen, and the computer. Then I can draw a wire and a mouse. Each one can do their own thing and use an eraser to complete their work. This is the capability, but the image is bigger, and they can work on this section. I set it up as a whiteboard. You can change the image and it appears to the student like this. Each student grabs tools and starts drawing. I can use black or another color to draw in my section, or I can draw by pressing on the computer. This is the computer, the screen, and the computer. I can draw a wire and a mouse. Each person can do their own thing and erase their work. The image is bigger and they can work on this section. This encourages interaction. You can design the lesson so students draw something for you. In some curricula, don't just focus on your specialization. Some require students to draw something specific. All right, this is the computer. This is the first thing, the screen, and this is the computer. Then, for example, I can draw a wire like this, and I can make a mouse. The important thing is that each one can do their own thing according to their field, and they have their eraser, so they can erase and complete their work. This is the capability, but of course the image is bigger than this, and they can work on this section. This is for me. This also gives interaction. You can design the lesson so that there's a part where the student doesn't just watch you, but draws something for you. Of course, in some curricula and subjects, guys, Don't just look at your specialization. There are specializations that require you to ask the student to draw something specific. All right. Let us take a closer look at the next set of tools available to us. You have an interesting feature called the fill in the blank option. And honestly, if you click on the fill in the blank option, you will find it to be really quite nice. Let us explore and check it out together to see how it works. Embark on a journey to explore this topic together. By delving into it, we can uncover various insights and perspectives that might not be immediately obvious. This exploration promises to be both enlightening and engaging, so join me as we take a closer look and discover what fascinating details. You'll honestly like it. Here, if you want to add something, we come to this one. This is our background. If you want to choose the background or its shape, you write RAM here. If you want to resize it, you can do that and then click next. Here, it tells you to click word or add click word and then add to word blank. So put the word that is the... Now about the blank topic, folks, this is a problem in Arabic than English. Let's go back. I will write the components. For example, this is our background. If you want to choose the background or its shape, you write, for example, RAM. For example, here, you write RAM, okay? If you want to make it smaller yourself, if you want, and do next, and here, such as, or perhaps you can proceed. It tells you to click word or add click word and then add to word blank. So put the word that is the, now regarding the blank topic, folks, this is a problem in Arabic compared to English. Let's go back, sorry, for example, I will write the components. The computer consists of hardware and software components like this. So here, of course, you can change the background as you like. For the background, click next. Here, the thing you wrote, pay attention to it with me. You start adding its components in Arabic. Arabic isn't great for this. It's not good in Arabic. It's not good in Arabic. The computer system is made up of both hardware and software components, which work together to perform various tasks. For example, in this case, you can easily change the background to suit your preferences. To do this, simply click Next for the background option. Now make sure to pay close attention to the details of what you've written here. You start adding its components here in Arabic. Arabic isn't great for this. It's not good in Arabic. Let's go back and try it in English. And what about your font? For example, it's like this, simply perhaps you click on this, that's the idea underneath it. Then you click here where it says hard computer and hard win and soft win, and then you click done. Now the student who comes to take the test or whoever is taking the test must have, thank you for that. The student has to click on them in order, meaning they should click on this one first, then hardware, and then software. They need to click on them in that order because you're giving them a word, for example. Just like a fill in the blank exercise. They need to fill in that word. For example, I want to try it in Arabic because I haven't tried it in Arabic yet. So do it like this.